Hi everyone, welcome back to Valorant Hub. My name is Zaki. In this video, you're looking at the brand new agent Gekko's ability showcased on livestream on the VCT lock-in. Thankfully, Raikou, Riot developer on the agent side of the game, is showing us everything we need to know about the new agent's abilities. Take a look.
Like it's going to be a very nice zone that it covers. It gives you a lot of time to kind of run out of it and a lot of time to react, but it is going to kind of give you a pretty big zone, and so
it does crazy damage too, right?
It does, yeah. So it's very similar to like Breach's Fusion Blast. So if you don't get out of it, you know it's deadly to the center.
So that is one of the abilities. That is the only ability that you can't go and pick back up again as well.
Well, Mosh is still trying to figure it out. Like the other ones, you know, they're a little more grown. He's just a little baby trying to figure it out.
Right. Okay, I see. Mosh, you know, it's for all, you know, listen, Mosh, we love Mosh, but not the signature ability of Gekko. In fact, that's a different ability, right? That's Dizzy.
Right. Yeah, that's right. So the signature that we have, kind of the bread and butter, the initiator tool, is going to be Dizzy. So Dizzy is what you're using kind of round to round. It's more of like a versatile tool to be able to clear like mid, some short, and long range angles to compete with some of our other initiators. But it definitely has like a lot of different ways to kind of counterplay, and different ways to kind of change how you take spaces compared to some of our other initiators.
And it is kind of similar to some other abilities in that it blinds your opponent, but it works in quite a different way, right?
Right, yeah. We wanted to try something that was a little less, like it kind of obfuscates your screen a little bit less, gives you a little easier of a time to kind of maneuver around.
Right.
But it also has a lot of like downsides and a lot of trade-offs to, like it can kind of get shot and mitigate a lot of the area there. But the idea there was kind of creating like a breaking tool that's a little more approachable for like, you know, all players.
Right. But talk to me a bit more about, so you're an opponent, there's a Dizzy coming towards you,
right.
You shoot the Dizzy, it's now on the floor, and the gameplay loop is kind of that the Gekko can go and retrieve that for another Dizzy in like 10 seconds time.
Spaces, there's going to be like the close to mid-range, runs forward, parkours all over the place. As soon as it sees an enemy, it'll jump up and then kind of like clap its hands together and do this like huge concussive bark. So there's like a cone of area that it affects, and anyone in that cone is concussed.
Yeah, nice. But that's not the only thing that's special about Wingman, right? Because there is a very unique feature. You guys are really pushing the envelope in terms of how the game is developed with the mechanics, and that's Wingman, who's got like this ult fire, right?
Right, yeah. So one of the things we wanted to try, you know, in the whole theme of like power and numbers kind of thing, we wanted to allow Wingman to also kind of steal the spike from you, and also run with it and plant the spike itself. You know? So as it's planting the spike, you can be covering it. And on the flip side, on defense, if you're kind of in these 1v1s, these 1v2s, you can send Wingman to defuse the spike as well, and you can cover Wingman as opposed to, you know, someone having to cover you.
It's a really unique interaction, but also if Wingman goes down on his intrepid venture towards the spike, he just abandons it in enemy territory, right?
Yeah,
so you do have to be a bit careful in terms of how it's used.
Absolutely, yeah.
The final ability, the ultimate that we want to talk about, which is the, you know, the big one, honestly, the big one. Quite scary to see it run at you in the server as well.
That's Thrash, So Thrash is Gekko's ultimate. You equip Thrash, you'll see a cool little animation of it swimming around. Once you cast it, you possess Thrash. Thrash swims around and clears space pretty rapidly, as you guys are sure have seen. Once you explode, or once you lunge and explode onto an enemy, there's a big radius that is detained. So any player caught is detained.
Yeah, it looks really fun to play.